Hello, every folks. So I wanted to run something by real quick, just in case anybody might potentially have some leads on this one. So what I wanted to do, since personally it's something I found fascinating for a few years now, but I've been putting together a kind of collection of sorts of all of the guides for, well, the entire Ogre series. Now, thing is, one of them doesn't have a guide. One of them is annoyingly expensive to get a hold of, so I kind of just wanted to see if by chance anybody had any leads on the English version of the Tactics Ogre PSP guide. See, here's the thing. I've looked through Internet Archives, I've looked through all kinds of different stuff. I've even gone and compiled all the pictures of the Japanese version together into a PDF to try and, well, to at least put together a sort of page for where to find all these different guides and stuff. But yeah, I even put together a PDF of this one just to kind of have it here. But the English version, there was even a version of this named English that was also just the Japanese version again, was unavailable. Now, unfortunately, copies of this thing run about $45 for a battered up old version of it to up to $200 for a new one. So it's kind of a pain in the neck to get a hold of. And quite frankly, it's a bit too much considering the main question on hand is just, hey, is there maybe something interesting in there? Because potentially there was a lot of really cool stuff in this guide, but, I mean, nobody ever put up a PDF of it. There's a few videos out there just kind of like skimming through it real quick, looking at the pictures and things like that, but you can do that with the Japanese one. But there's nothing in terms that I've seen out there in terms of potentially explaining what all of these, little minor things are that they might have covered, because it really looks like a proper in-depth guide. Now, there's a whole bunch that's been figured out, obviously, from people going through and digging through the code and whatever else. I mean, hell, this is the only official guide that I know of that actually bothers to explain how luck works, apparently. I assume. It might as well be Latin to me, because I don't speak Nintendo. But, thing is, yeah, I have been hoping to improve my financial situation for a while to be able to have the disposable income to go just grab a copy of this, but this year has kind of shafted that real good right as it was getting better. But basically, if anybody happens to know, like, say if anybody would be willing to make a PDF version of, the English version of this thing, if they'd be willing to temporarily share a copy to allow me to do so, or if they happen to know where one just sort of is, that would be potentially very interesting. But I wanted to go through each of these guides, just kind of show what information is correct, what information was maybe incorrect and might be kind of funny. I actually saw some folks going through a few different old games using just the official guide just to see what kind of run came out of it, which seemed like potentially another fun idea that we could do. But yeah, this was kind of the Holy Grail of these guides. Like I said, I tried looking through old Internet Archives, I've tried looking through all manner of shady sites to see if any of them were still there, looked through all kinds of stuff that made me probably need to maybe incinerate this computer over an actual antivirus, but yeah, most of it is just completely fake, so I don't even know what to think about stuff like that. Interestingly, this one even seems to explain the base stat mechanics of, increase your soldiers' base stats and your crafting odds get better. It seems like a very well-made guide, which makes it so annoying that it's a pain to get a hold of. Again, they're completely out of print. They only ever made so many, and them suckers are expensive. The other alternative is one that I really didn't want to do because it seems super shilly, but I can set up like a Patreon thing, and if everyone wants to like shove a quarter or something like that, eventually enough pennies can lead to, getting a battered copy, and then we can make a PDF out of that. Let me know if that's something that anyone might be interested in. Again, not really a fan of that particular option, but it's there. So, that all said, I'm interested in going through each of these with you. It's going to be a little minute to get to those. We're probably going to start just doing them in canonical order, seeing as we have all of the other ones ready to go except for this one. And yeah, if you want, I'll have the list or the page for PDFs of all of these ready to go in just a little bit. So hopefully by the time this thing gets up, I already have that done, and I can just put a link in the description to let, hopefully you find that fun to look at. And that all said, thank you guys for your support on this whole thing, and see if we can make it happen, one way or another. All right, have a good one. Take care.